What's up guys, Raph here. Crosshairs has been out less than a week, and I think it'd be great to give you guys a whole lot of backstory about my process in making it, how I learned a lot of things as a musician over the past couple years, and break down the track list track by track. Let's get into it. For those of you who know me a little better, or if you've been keeping up with this channel long enough, you know that I went to college for music and audio, and I recently graduated last June. And from there, man, I just set out to create my first release as a solo artist. When I first started my production and writing process almost a year ago, I intended to create a 15-song album, but due to time and budget constraints, I ended up scaling it down drastically, going from 15 songs to 8 songs, down to the final 5 that you ended up getting on the Crosshairs EP. The 5 songs that were put together for the final track list were carefully curated regarding stylistic choices, sonics, and each song's individual messaging as far as how they contribute to the fundamental theme of the EP. I definitely wanted to put out something that exuded my musical influences growing up, namely Golden Age and 2000s hip-hop. A lot of the rappers and producers from those eras have shaped my game and been my idols long before I was even trying to get into this as an artist. Thematically, I just wanted to put out something that narrates the motions that a person goes through when chasing any endeavor, and also wanted to talk about the person that I once was, the person I am, and the person that I have to be in order to make my dreams come true. Though the final recordings were only completed recently, the earliest iterations of this entire track list stem from either projects that I had to do for grade in school or things that I did on my own time independent of college curriculum. Pretty much, I just took every project that I created up until graduation time and everything that I had learned up until that point, bought my own equipment, and just started getting the ball rolling upon graduation. Pipe Dreams was the first song that I ever produced with the intention of it seeing the light of day as a piece of my catalog as a solo artist. Certainly because Pipe Dreams was the very first song that I ever produced, it saw the most incarnations out of any song that I've worked on, period.
Hit my ceiling tonight, then blow the roof after, with or without that it dude factor, down to move mountains, live life at 22 calories, bound to crush the juice fountain, mic check, 1, 2, do 1, 2 the daughters, old soul with his mojo, Terminator minus the chrome dome, burn the paper running like a Joe Blow, but in the hater was my soul goal, sharp like a blade, we're rounded like the blade pin, it raised hell out of like a self-made menace.
As I got better and better at music production, I figured out that there were things I could keep sprinkling into the project until I feel it's at a more or less professional level. And the earliest version of Pipe Dreams actually was an entirely loop-based production for a music production beginner class that I took under Dana Parker, who was my professor at the time, but wound up mixing this entire project 2.5 years after the fact.
Oh, there's no class. I guess they let out or they didn't have one this semester.
But you guys can kind of see all the Macs are set up, and right there are the Z monitors. I don't know what happened to those ATC 45s, but when I first started, Dana had them budget for the ATC SEM 45s, and it was really dope to be able to sit in the front row and hear everybody's beats come through on those speakers. But yeah, this is that classroom. You look in, all the old M Audio keyboards are just sitting right there. The M Audio MIDI controllers, 37 keys, I believe, if not 40. No, those are 37s. No way, those are 49s. And if you look at that computer right there, not the one with the screen on, but the one that's monitors off, that desktop didn't used to be there, and I would just sit there all day long because I prefer to use my laptop as opposed to the school computers. But yeah, good times in this class. To make the project more original and not have to put out something that consisted of entirely loops, I wound up adding an original piano line, sprinkling lots of sound effects, a decision that was informed by my time as an effects editor and also as a freelancer now. And also, I reprogrammed the drums to be a more or less original pattern. As far as lyrical content, I wanted something that exuded hunger and the desire for more. It's called Pipe Dreams because it's channeling that energy from when this pursuit, this feat, was nothing but a pipe dream, and it was so much more further from becoming a reality than it is now. I still feel a lot of those same emotions going into this project and still moving forward as a 9-to-5ing underground rapper who's an aspiring professional rapper. It radiates a hunger for more, it credits some of my musical influences, and it sets in stone the person that I will and won't be when I make these dreams a reality.
Adrenaline dump, the heart's racing at these rates. If he's front, take it from the check him if he's fake. Check him, press him, test him if he's great. Stand behind that bitch like it's an SM58. Polarized Every fucking rhyme's a C-note. This beauty taking flight. I like to be in beast mode. Separate men from boys. This is what hard work look like. Infamous. Felt like I'm behind Prodigy. Shook Mike. Stop on C cause I don't stop till my hook's right.
Illest is the second song on the EP and the first song I finished recording post-graduation. My last assignment as a student at Mount SAC was to write and perform 2 original songs for a class of 30 people. Pretty much right where this desk is right here. It was pretty much the main stage for the last class I had to take. It was called Sound Performance and Synthesis, which basically fuses creating studio material and performing it on stage. It was a Ableton dominant class, so we have to learn how to use Ableton for producing and also live performance. And sure enough, my ticket out of college to get my degree was performing Pipe Dreams and Illest together in front of 30-something people. It's a very fun time. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I know that video was taken of that performance. It's just I never got a hold of it. Fucking sucks. I wish I got that video so I could show you guys. But I have like some outtakes on my Instagram about it. But of course, nothing beats the actual performance footage taken by somebody in the crowd. But if I end up getting that footage someday, then of course I'll just publish it. It's not a problem. So yeah, that's this building right here behind me. That's where I learned a whole lot of production techniques. A lot of the foundation of my game was from those classrooms right there. Then I only got better by everything that I used to supplement my game outside of campus. I remember creating the nucleus of this song in 2 separate sessions, which were about 45 minutes each. 45 minutes to produce the beat on an Ableton Push 2 controller, and another 45 minutes to write the bulk, if not all of the lyrics. The production remained mostly the same from when I first made the beat up until when the song was released. The song is the most upbeat out of everything on the EP. It's energetic, it's semi-boastful, it's got punchlines, bars, and it's just me claiming my spot. I feel like I'm gonna be one of the best out of my generation, if not out of all of hip-hop, period. It's me claiming my spot, man. I'm speaking into existence that that's gonna happen.
This shit like you take it, I'm the hammer and I nail. American dream, perilous fight through disaster, I prevail. Become a master knowing what it's like to fail. Go big or go home, so it's fucking magnet like the grail. Go get it among the bone collectors. What's mine, I'm fucking out for rip. Neck deep in my wave, after you hear the sound of it. Macho Metsy red, homie, I'm on John Malkovich. Old soul sometimes, gotta let the youth have a grip. Hunger for more, Lloyd Banks over the corned beef. Loyal to the game, I've got that poster boy steez. Oversized was the boys' jeans, plus boys Z, much after 4th P, battle rapping at 14. Spitter but not a quitter, Bruce Wayne holds the Riddler. Stop a constant, Mr. Math is a tough twister. Body mouth, banter, I capture beats, so haters. Prophesize my downfall, I'll shatter the most in it.
The third song on the EP is Usman, which is the interlude. Very long story short, a collaboration with another rapper wound up not coming to fruition, so I wound up taking my verse back from that project and putting it on my release. Because I'm not rapping in near perfect musical time, it was hard to produce a beat around the lyrics that I wrote, and I was so in love with the lyrics that I didn't want to change them one bit. So being that I had clocked a couple months of editing effects and backgrounds for film and TV by the time that I decided this was going to make it to the final project, I wound up cutting room tones, so it sounds like I'm in an abandoned theater or auditorium, if you will, and I wanted to portray as if I was in that kind of setting, just rapping a cappella and getting a lot of my thoughts off my chest. It's almost like I'm just alone with my thoughts in my natural habitat, if you will. That's what I wanted to portray with the final recording of Usman, and I thought it was a good display of lyrical dexterity there. And right here we're in the music building. A lot of theory classes are taught here. Then to your left, these are where I lived for a lot of my time. Sight singing, piano practice, all that stuff. I lived in these practice rooms, bro. This was another one that I used to live in too. Feels good being back here. Of course, I don't have my key card anymore, therefore I can't get in there, but you guys get the picture. If you've been to a college music practice room, you know, like you need a key or a key card to get in there, and there's like acoustic treatment with a piano, and students could just be in there and practice as much as they need to. I'm here going down the hall, M117. That's where I learned
Music theory, spring 2022. A lot of good times. I mean, it was challenging as fuck, don't get me twisted, but yeah, I'm looking gonna scurry out of this area because there's students and personnel coming in and out. There might be an event tonight. But also in that classroom where I was, that's also where the engineering class was. So they had the SSL 32 channel Origin board in there with the ATC SEM25 monitors. And now we're pretty much on the other side of the Performing Arts Center. On this side of campus, it's more so like traditional performing arts. So it's almost like this is the theorist side of the campus, and over there is more so like the producer, cooks side of the campus, if we can even call it that. But really, you're both, and you mingle, and you have business on either side of the campus. So really, it's kind of stupid to label that, but just so you guys kind of have a picture of it.
The fourth song on the EP is My Time, which I feel is my personal favorite next to Illest. My Time is another one of the songs that I tried producing in time for my final performance alongside Illest, but after realizing that it wouldn't come together production-wise or lyrically in time to be good enough for a final performance, I shelved it all together and I subbed in Pipe Dreams last minute. When I picked up My Time a little bit after graduation, I formatted the audio files to be 2 verses and 2 choruses to 3 verses and 4 choruses. And that was just done so I could push the pen further. If you look at the entire EP, it's like either 3/16 with 3 8-bar choruses or 4 8-bar choruses, or verses that are 20 plus bars long with the choruses, or 1 long verse on Usman, which is like 45 bars. The name of the game for me was just push the pen as far as I can. So I wound up making it 3 verses, and I'm really satisfied with the final result. I definitely took a lot of the loose rhymes that were just sitting in my phone and ended up making them into the lyrics that are on the final draft. Chorus comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I did doubles for the left and right there. Knocked out some ad-libs. And, I take pride in this stuff, even though the average listener is not going to pick this shit up. But I'm a firm believer in not making music like a copy and paste job. I think if, let's say for example, a section is going to be repeating throughout a song, do a fresh take or multiple for that specific part in the arrangement when that part comes back. It's supposed to tell a story. It's not supposed to be convenient and a copy and paste job. If the chorus comes in 5 times in the song, I'm gonna sing the chorus 5 different times and have multiple takes for each of those times that I'm doing it. And I want it to have those nuances. It's not robotic. It's gonna be a little different throughout the entire song. Doubles too. Bombs came away hyper with the heartbeats blaring. Underground underdog inspired by overcomers. Under poverty slum, under oath no struggle summers. Holes and socks, hole in my heart, you sleep and hope you slumber. Rude awakening that can make ancient Rome go under. Stoic as I gotta be, mind open like it gotta be. From the jump I was told not to get, blinded by the cheese. My time is coming, like I possess a stopwatch. Discipline and dripping before you step the high shot.
This right here, this big shiny building is the brand new Student Life Center. And I'll walk in and I'll show you guys where I produced My Time on a day off, on another Friday. See, it's already kind of like that time when the college is slowly but surely closing for the business week. All right, there might be one more entrance. I might be able to get into the building, but I doubt it. It's already dark in there, so probably not, guys. That's why. It says it's closed at 4:30 on Fridays. All right, so a little interesting story about My Time. So that final project that I've talked about a couple times, where basically I had to cook up 2 original songs and perform live for my class, which was about 30 people. I was kind of blanking out, so I had the meat and potatoes of Illest, and I was trying to produce another song in Ableton, but I was just blanking out on ideas, and no matter how much I tried to rework the project, it just wasn't coming together. I tried a bunch of different instruments, tried different drum patterns. I had my professor try to help me rework it. I was in a bit of a pinch. I needed to produce something quickly because I think maybe I had less than a couple weeks to get together that second song and then rehearse it and then be able to be performing it live for the class. So I came here on a Friday because it was a day off from work and I didn't have any class, so I came here just to work. I brought the Akai MPK mini keyboard, the 37 key edition that was issued by the college, and the school issued laptop with Ableton, and my personal laptop with Logic. And I just camped out there, man. I had my chargers, I had food, and I was just ready to sit there for a couple hours and produce. So the instrumental was primarily produced in that session when I came to school. I had some loose rhymes in my phone notepad, and I thought they could just fit in with the vibe of the beat that I was producing. It was like a real punchline battle rap, aggressive type of beat. And yeah, pretty much I just filled in 2 verses, a really, really early draft of the chorus. It sounds a lot less put together than what you guys are going to hear on the EP and the final version of My Time. So this is kind of cool. I cooked the beat for My Time on my day off. Drums, the chords were done in this room. Was able to cook My Time, perhaps the majority of it in one session, and that was real interesting. So yeah.
The 5th and final song on the EP is Wide Awake. It's my entirely solo version of Caído Cielo from March 2024. Looking back on Caído Cielo, I'm not crazy about it.
22 hustling from 10 to 8, so at 30 there's a much bigger breath to take. Renegade, dodging and indebted fate. Cut the drama, cut the dead, let it wait.
I feel like it served as a good experience for me to learn how to do the entire independent musician process, from writing and recording, getting it mixed and mastered, setting it up with the distribution site, registering it with the PRO, registering it with the copyright office, the entire process basically. But as far as the song itself, I wound up not being satisfied with the final product too much, so I took it upon myself to take my verse, because the lyrical content that I put into the original draft was near and dear to me. So I wound up producing a brand new version with a brand new key signature, new chord progression, new drum samples, changing instruments. Essentially, everything was different except for the first verse and the tempo. Other than that, I changed virtually everything else.
22 hustling from 10 to 8, so at 30 there's a much bigger breath to take. Renegade, dodging and indebted fate. Cut the drama, cut the dead, let it wait. Show up empty-handed at the freaking potluck. You twitch up on potential for the finished product. You're a mindfuck, manipulation is just not love. Showing symptoms of someone I can simply not trust.
The message still remained the same. It's basically talking about self-consciousness and the kind of person that you have to be to achieve your goals, the kind of people that you should and shouldn't surround yourself with in that pursuit. And it's just an entire song about self-awareness, if you will. Hence why it's called Wide Awake. I guess it's also poetic that my debut EP goes back and ends where it all started, if you will. That's a nice little twist in my eyes.
Humble beginnings, so we hustled with intention. Wrote my heart out, paper rustled in detention. Live the struggle that I mentioned, but things are on the mend, kid. Army music and books, he could crumble your defenses. Immigrant son who handled what was sent his way. Poor and aging parents is my heart at resting rate. Lyrical swordsman, sharp with their pen or blade. For trends and mediocrity, won't regress a day.
On this side of release day, I feel extremely great about my debut EP. You know, my mentality is let the chips fall where they may. Whether this gets 10 streams or a billion streams, I can wholeheartedly say that I gave my best effort in making this. I feel like I pushed every track to as far as I can take it with my current abilities. And I can sleep at night knowing that I didn't cut any corners. I gave it my best effort, no matter how good I am or how bad I am, or how resonant or how much I don't resonate with people. This was my absolute best effort as a musician, present day. I can sleep at night knowing that.
Oh, shit! Yeah! Adrenaline dump, no hearts resting at these rates. If he's frontin', faking funk, to check him. If he's fake, check him, press him, test him if he's great. Stand behind that message like it's an SM58. Cold rhymes, hot BT like Pacino and De Niro. Respect the game, dude, is for my living and dead heroes. Lines reflect the reality, every fucking rhyme's a C-note. You're speeding, taking flight, I like to be in beast mode. Separate men from boys, this is what hard work look like. Infamous, rap like I'm behind Prodigy, shook Mike. Southpaw MC, cause I don't stop till my hook's right. Entrenched with the vetted, circle of bosses with the crook eye. Cardio in this cardiac puts you to cardiac arrest. Don't paint the same pictures, can't copy either sketch. No Cinderella story, this is Rocky in the West. Solo rider, dolo fighter, ain't a posse with these steps. Ain't about ice, ain't about millions. Who's gonna be the illest? Overcame bad stuff, the game's been a rap one. And I'm gonna be the illest. Ain't about ice, ain't about millions. Who's gonna be the illest? Second is a check, first is the respect. And I'm gonna be the illest. I'm gonna be the illest. I'm gonna be the illest.